Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Chigozeze. Wherever you're watching from, I present to you this wonderful YouTube channel called Love RPG. Subscribe to it, share to your loved ones and families so that they will benefit from it. Thank you. I'm still your wonderful counselor on parenting, relationship, and gospel. Today, we are dealing on parenting. I bring you the topic that says three things you can remove in your child for you to lay a good foundation for him. 3 character or 3 life you will uproot in your child for you to lay a good foundation for him at the age of 1 to 3 years. There are 3 things you remove in your child at the age of 1 to 3 years for you to lay a good foundation for that child. 1, the spirit of anger. 2, the spirit of stubbornness. 3, the spirit of disrespect, the spirit of insult. You will take it away from the child at the age of 1 to 3 years. If you didn't succeed to take away these 3 things in the life of your child at the age of 1 to 3 years, it will be very difficult for you to take it out again. You know that the life we say is just like a seed sown in the ground. The character you see we portray today is just like a seed sown in the ground. When a seed is sown in the ground and it germinates, when it germinates, you see that seed have germinated. You see the germination of that seed. It just takes you 1 minute for you to uproot that germination of that seed and throw it away. But when you leave that seed to grow, when you leave the germination to grow and become a tree, it will take you days or it will take you hours for you to cut it down. So that is how it is in the life of everybody. So there are some things you must remove in the life of your child earlier before the character will grow and become something else in his life. This life we live, let me give you an example. When you see a sucking baby, a baby that is sucking his finger, maybe started at the age of 6 months, or when it was 3 months, they will start sucking, and the parents want to stop it. It will not take them more than 1 week, 3 days for them to stop that baby sucking. But when they leave that child to suck to the age of 5 years, 6 or 9 years, it will take them 6 months or 1 year for them to stop him sucking. That is it. That is how it takes in every life that everybody is living. So this spirit of anger, 1, we're going to discuss the spirit of anger. The spirit of anger in a child, for you to know that that child has an anger, spirit of anger in here. Sometimes you see that child, when a little thing happen to him, you see him throw himself on the floor, rolling himself on the floor, crying and shouting. That child have a spirit of anger. Do you know what to do instantly is that when you experience such thing in your child, call him in order, discipline him 1 or 2 times. You see that he will stop it. Some people, when they see their child doing such thing, they will start petting that child. It's okay, sorry, stand up. You're not petting that child, but you're petting that spirit. You're petting that seed of anger that have germinated in that child that you're supposed to uproot out. You're watering that seed for him to grow more. You're watering that seed that germinated for him to grow more. So what you will do, pick up like small cane, discipline your child. When I say pick up a cane and discipline your child, I didn't tell you to go and cut down one of Iroko tree and hit your child in his hand, or pound your child as a pounding yam for you to discipline him. Let me tell you one thing. Discipline is all about love. If you want to discipline your child with love. Discipline your child and you love him. Discipline your child not because of what he did, but because you want to correct him. You don't want him to do it again. So when you did that to your child, the first one, the second one, the third one that is before, maybe he throw himself on the floor, rolling himself, they will stop it. Another thing that will make you know that your child has an anger is that sometimes you may give something to him, somebody will come and put on this side and collect maybe 1 or 2, he will throw the rest. Call him in order, use cane, tell him, oh yeah, go and bring it, pick it together. He will go back. Don't try it. Don't try it again. Either use cane, or earlier you can do it, you do it, but try to stop it. If you do it 2 or 3 times or 4 times, the child will not try it again. You're killing the spirit of that anger. You're killing that character of that anger in that child. Then we'll go in the spirit of insult. There are some kids that are very insultive. All those things, they start when they are very small, from that 1 year to 2 years. You don't know that when a child is just like 1 year to 2 years, by then you have started learning how to talk. Sometimes you see him say walker. Sometimes you see him say you're mad. Sometimes you say your father. The different kind of word of insult will be coming out from that child. Being the parents that are saying that my child is learning how to talk, they could have not liked to stop him in anything that you say. They'll be laughing with you. But that is not the way. When you heard your child, everyone is learning how to talk. When you heard your child, say a word like a word of insult. Even when he's 1 year, he's learning how to talk. He's 2 years and 6 months, 3 years, or 1 year and 6 months, and he's learning how to talk. You heard him say something like that, you're mad, you're crazy, or your father, or anything, just a word of insult, you call him in order. You can equally discipline him. Use something like this. Don't go and look for big something. I just use something like, you see, there's one character in the child. Even if you do not beat the child, just use your hand and do like this to him. Stop. Even the hand not touching, he will know that yes, that you will feel that you beat him. So you must not use big thing to hit your child for you to discipline him. So when you use something like this, just tap it, 2 or 3 times. Don't say such thing again. 2 or 3 times, you will see that child will never say it again, and that is how you will remain in his life. It will stop any word of insult. Any word of insult, it will never come to his mouth, because already you have killed that spirit that visited him. That spirit that's supposed to germinate and make him very instructive, you have uprooted it out. But when you start laughing, do you know what you say? You say, Walker, you'll even be happy that your child is speaking, because you don't want to stop him. Nice. The devil is taking advantage of you. So if he's using the child, manifesting himself, so that the devil know that if you use that child, you will not say anything, because he will say he's a child. There are many things that spoil people today, that make them what they are today, that their parents will say, leave him, he's a child. That thing will be growing. Leave him, he's a child. By the time that child will grow to the age of 9 years, if you start disciplining him about that, he will start seeing you as a wicked parent. He will start seeing you as a wicked mother. He will start seeing you as a wicked father, because you did not you allow him to do it for this one. Then why do you want to stop him now? Do you understand? Why do you want to stop him now? So he will start seeing you. That is why many people, many kids, they see their mother or their father, that their father is so wicked. But when you could have stopped him at that tender age, he will not even grow with it, and he himself will not even know that he did something like that before. The spirit will leave him totally. He will be calm. So another one is the spirit of stubbornness. That spirit of stubbornness, let me tell you one thing there. You see, sometimes when a child is very stubborn, he'll be stubborn outside. It will not be stubborn to his parents. But with time, you see, that stubbornness gets to reach to the parent. When a child is very insultive, it won't be insultive to his parents. But with time, it will insult his own parents. That's why sometimes you hear that somebody will insult his mother, somebody will curse his mother, somebody will insult his father, all these things, because the parents do not take care of it when they're supposed to take care of it. Now, what are we talking about? The spirit of stubbornness, or the life or character of stubbornness in the body. Sometimes you see your child, when you call your child, come. Maybe he's doing something. Maybe it's just under 2 years and 6 months, or 3 years. Hey, come here. Maybe his name is Michael. Come here. He'll be looking at you. You don't want to come. He will go there and bring you. Carry him. Keep quiet. Tomorrow again, you can, Michael, come. He will not answer you. You'll be looking at it. He's a child. Next tomorrow, maybe his name is Angela. Come. Angela will be looking at you. You don't want to come. They say he's 1 year, he's 2 years. He will grow with it. Okay, you call him today, he did not come. You call him next tomorrow, he did not come. You kept him quiet. You call him for all this while, be calling him or her, calling him, he did not come. One day you call him, you went to update him. Why did not come? You will see you are wicked because you've been keeping him quiet. But that first time you call him and he did not come, what are you supposed to? I'm calling. Are you not the person I'm calling? Pick up again like this, flog him, back. I called you. Anytime I call you, come and answer me. So the child will not repeat it again. Though there is so many things, there is so many signs to show that the child have a spirit of stubbornness in him. Not only that, there are so many signs to show that the child have a spirit of anger in him, and there are so many signs to show that this child have a spirit of stubbornness in him. I just give you a little bit of it. But you as a parent, you can equally look on your child. Your eyes should be on your kids. Know when all this funny character and spirit is visiting them, and remove it from them. Listen, there is reason. Sometimes those kids, they always say that my parents are very wicked. Do you know why? Things that you could not be able to stop, or things you could not be able to ask them to stop when they were tender, when they grow up, when the spirit have taken balance in them, when that character have taken balance in them, it has become part of their life. They have started living this life, and they grow up seeing that life in them. They are living it, and the life is suiting them. Now you want to come and stop them living that particular life they like. It's not going to work like that. You understand? It's not going to work like that. Anything that you want your child to be, you start from that age, earlier time that you see that in your child. You start from that, cautioning the child. Know that when the thing has grown in him, you want to remove it. It's not going to be possible like that. Many people, they run off from their families, They go out from their family because of all those kind of things. Things that you cannot be able to stop your child when you're supposed to stop it. Then when the child have grown, living that life, and that life is sweeting him, and you want to stop him, it's not possible. For example, let me just use this as an example. When you see somebody that is smoking, have smoked for maybe 5 years, 10 years, you just wake up one day and ask him to stop smoking. It's not. He may stop, but it will take him time for him to stop. But when you notice that this guy, or this girl, or this boy, he just smoked yesterday, I notice that he has started smoking. It's not one. Do you know it's very easy for you to stop him from smoking? Very easy for him to stop him smoking. But when you have smoked for 10 years, you just came out somewhere and say you stop smoking. It will take him time for him to stop that, if he will stop it. All those ones now, for him to stop it, take the intervention of God for him to stop it. But for us to not go far, or for us to not go and start stressing our child or ourselves, or for us to not go and start seeing our child that our child is very disobedient, is disrespectful, and is very stubborn, all these things, we have to do the work early. Let's do the work early so that it will be easy for us. We do the work early by attacking those spirits, those characters at a tender age. When you start seeing that character, when that seed has been sown, because do you know how the seed will be sown in the life of this kids? In the environment where you are. Sometimes we hear some kids that is not well brought up, then we're talking to other people, you're mad, you're this, because the child is learning how to talk. The seed, when another child said, the seed has been sown in him. 1 or 2 times he heard it, the seed has been sown in him. Then for him to say it, the seed have germinated. Then for you to uproot the seed, for you to uproot the germination of this seed, is for you to stop him instantly. And when you uproot it, no more again in his life. He will never do such thing like that again. It's once. When you fight that character once, you fight it once and forever. Do you understand? Do you know that there's some kids you have conversation with, even when you shout to them, when you do anything, hardly they will insult you. But there are some kids, before 1 or 2 weeks, they will before you talk to them in one particular thing, they have given you 100 types of insults that you self will be surprised. Again, it's like that. There are kids that is well brought up. There are ones that is not well brought up. And at this age, at the age of 1 to 3 years, the mother of those kids are so close to them. So the mother is in a better position to do this work better. So please, I beg you, let's join hands together and bring up our kids in a good way, See, out of disobedience, you will see even your own child, if you don't like to do what you want him to do. Out of stubbornness, if you don't like to be what you want him to be. Out of disrespect, your child can even beat you up and do other things. Let me tell you, you say my child is very stubborn, my child is this, my child, you cost everything. You don't have to blame that child in any way. You are the cost of everything. So I beg you, please, let's bring up our kids in a better way, for a better tomorrow, so that our child will be a pride wherever they are. We'll be proud of our kids wherever they are, whether we are there or we are not there. Do you know that the way you bring up your child determines, even if you're not there, somebody comes to you and say, oh, look at what your child, you say, oh, my child cannot do such. Yes. You that is listening to me, can you sit up one day and argue with somebody and say, beat hand on your chest, and somebody comes to you and say, your child did this, and you say, no, my child cannot do that, and later you confirm that your child did not do that? Can you do that? You can only do that depending on the way you bring up your child. Listen, and let me tell you, mothers, I want to tell you one thing. When your child is coming up, always make sure that you're close with your child. Close with him, mark him closely, tackle with those bad character. Try to remove him instantly. Don't look at that child that is a small. Do you know one thing that always affects us is that the people will say, is he still a small girl? Is he still a small boy? Is he a child? Will he do it? He will do it. He will do it until you grow up. He will do it until you grow up. When that character you saw in that child at the age of 1, 2 to 3 years, if you do not remove it, it will leave that character at the age of 10 years. It will leave that character at the age of 15 to 20 years. Then at the age of 20 years, he have lived that character, he have betrayed that character to everybody outside there, and you are the next person as the parents betray that character on. So please, let's start it early. They say earlier the better. Thank you for your listening to me today. I love you all. Be with us. Subscribe to our channel. Be the first to see our video. Share our video. God will bless you as you listen. Thank you. Bye.